So senior leaders and CEOs in major retailers that we talk to are telling us there are two major topics that they're wrestling with at the moment, and that is the shareholder pressure and the fact that shareholders are looking for faster and bigger returns on their investment and sales. So the implication of that is many times the retailers are looking at P&Ls with more scrutiny. They're looking at where cost efficiencies can be made, but of course trying to grow top line in terms of attracting shoppers and retaining shoppers and creating loyalty to create profitable growth. So the shareholder pressure around short-term but also longer-term sustainable performance would be one aspect we're hearing as a new and growing area of importance that is driving and influencing strategy. The second one would be around automation, Jamie. So with the rise of technology, how both at head office level and store level, automation and investment in automation is becoming key as an efficiency driver. And one of the challenges around that is around CapEx. So CapEx challenges is actually slowing down many retailers in terms of the speed of implementation that they would desire. But those are the two hot topics we're seeing with retailers right now.
Great.
The areas within retail that the businesses are struggling to understand from Kantar Retail's perspective would be around impact management. So when we talk about impact management, several times today we've talked about investment in people, growing people, putting meaningful learning and career programs together for people to nurture and leverage that potential. What's often the case, and typically we see 2/3 of training budgets that have no measurable impact on the business. And many organisations now are starting to move towards cloud-based technology that is enabling much more transparency around the learning effect that those interventions have, and more of a direct correlation between the learning that takes place in a business with a team, with a group of individuals, and how that then correlates to business performance and can drive towards achieving both corporate and organisational goals that a business has. In many organisations, that red thread gets lost, and the rise of technology again, and things like cloud-based technology and a process we call impact mapping is a great way to create a clear line of sight between what we do in any sort of learning and development sphere with people and outputs in terms of behaviour change and business performance as a result. So impact management would be the key one that I would see that many retailers and suppliers facing into retailers are just waking up to at the moment but don't fully understand. The big trends affecting the retail industry over the next few years, from Kantar Retail's perspective, talking to over 1,000 global retailers, would be around the shift of populations from non-urban to urban areas. So urbanisation as a macro trend. Linked to that, the shift from big box to smaller box retailing to leverage and exploit the opportunity around convenience retailing. So recognising our shopper habits are changing, smaller, more frequent shops, and making sure that there is an offering and a store, whether that's physical or online, that can deliver on those changing needs and shopper habits. And also, whichever strategies that those macro trends influence, how do you then attract and retain the right people and talent to make sure that you can commercialise and operationalise your strategy in such a way that you can leverage and get profitable growth from those new revenue streams that open up. So HR professionals in retailers can better serve the business and become more strategic partners within the business and elevate their role and be more influential in the design of strategy and implementation of strategy by better understanding data and analytics, being able to understand how to hire the right people, retain those people internally, and understand the people and the talent in the business that's actually the high performers and how we nurture and grow those people And the data often shows a very stark disparity between those high performers who are satisfied in their role, they're being developed, versus people that are less satisfied, less productive, and very often have, for example, days away from work. So that HR analytics can start to segment those groups and start to enable HR to have meaningful conversations with the business about how to raise the bar across the total population of the workforce.